The Dallas Cowboys in the preseason finale come up short against the LA Chargers by not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 INTs from Trey Lance. Not all his fault, but it's not good, Jim. It's not good. Now, we will be live for the games that matter with these starters actually out there. Cowboys-Browns week 1. Make sure you guys are subscribed, youtube.com/CowboysTV. Before we get into our preseason reaction, fairly major news about an hour and a half before kickoff, not even. Daron Bland is set to miss 6 to 8 weeks with a stress fracture in his foot. That 5th metatarsal, that pinky toe, has a stress fracture. He's going to miss probably 4 to 6 games. Is about the estimation on that front. So he will begin the year on IR. So cornerback-wise, you have Trayvon Diggs. You have Jordan Lewis in there in the nickel. Kalen Carson did not play against the Chargers. I believe a very clear sign. He ain't going to he is your number 2 corner. He is going to be out there. Andrew Booth played a bunch. Izzy Mukwamu's a nickel. Come on, Hall was banged up for this game. Eric Scott didn't play that much, which is kind of a red flag from that perspective. So I think Carson is your next man up at corner. That's a big loss for the INT pick 6 record holder in the NFL. So one word reaction. Mine is brutal, by the way. One word to the Daron Bland injury. Sound off for me in the comment section of today's show. Well, we might go more in depth on winners and losers on this tomorrow. We have to be objective with Trey Lance. I want to make this clear. I want him to be good. I want Trey Lance, a guy I liked coming out of college, to be a franchise QB. And maybe one of those INTs was not his fault. Let's be objective. You can throw for 323 yards. You can run for 90 more as well. You can have 400 total yards of offense. We cannot pretend he played well in today's game because he didn't. He wasn't good. He was bad. You cannot throw 5, blame four of them on him, interceptions and pretend that, oh yeah, Trey Lance played great today. No, he didn't. Come on, guys. Stop arguing with me on social media. Trey Lance was not good. He had multiple terrible interceptions in this game. He doesn't see the field well. If it's not wide ass open, he ain't making the play. If you had argued for Lance is better than Dak Prescott, stop it. I can't make him quarterback 2. I wanted to make him QB2 this year. And if you lose Dak for 13 games, I'm probably going to just play Lance because of the hell of it. Cooper Rush is quarterback 2. Trey Lance is QB3. We cannot watch this game and go, yeah, you know what? He actually played great despite 3 interceptions and a lost fumble that they managed to recover. So a fumble but not lost. Come on. He wasn't good. We have to be objective in our analysis. And as much as I want Trey Lance to be good, he wasn't good today. So honest answers only. Grade Trey Lance against the Chargers. A, B, C, D, or F. It is the pinned comment on today's show. Ad comes on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Takeaway number 2, didn't actually play in the football game. I think you can learn a lot from who plays and who does not play. But Cooper Beebe didn't play in today's game. He was a scratch. Brock Hoffman played the first half. Dakota Shepley at center played your second half. Cooper Beebe is your starter at center. They sat everyone who was going to start and or play a key rotation role outside of basically Marquise Bell, in part, I think, due to injuries elsewhere at safety. So Cooper Beebe, undisputably, is your starter at center. It is going to be Guyton week 1 left tackle, Smith at left guard, Beebe at center, Zach Martin at right guard, Terrence Steele at right tackle. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. It is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with 5 million active members. Unlike other daily fantasy sports apps, you pick just the numbers, more than or less than. You don't have to beat, 10,000 other players. It's just more than or less than on those stat projections. You also get, by the way, a freebie every week in September. 1 Caleb Williams passing yard. That's it. That's all I have to do. Go ahead and juice your picks with that bonus there. My season-long Prize Picks, I got more than Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, and Cooper Kupp receiving yards. Injury risks, make no mistake about it, but if they just stay healthy, they're going to smash it. I did the flex play. In case I get one wrong, I'm fine. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Links in the comment section and the description of today's show. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Some takeaways continued here. I thought your running backs played pretty well. You had 246 yards on the ground. 90 came from Trey Lance. He's a good athlete. Deuce Vaughn, maybe telling, maybe not, did not play at running back in the second half. He sat. He had 9 carries, 53 yards. He had, I'm not going to call it a drop. It was a high throw from Lance. I saw people trying to claim it was a drop. Like, no, it's not, guys. Come on. If your running back has to jump for a ball on a flat route wide open, it's a bad throw. Let's be honest here. Deuce Vaughn, explosive play. You need him on your roster unless you add somebody else from a different team that offers explosive plays. Royce Freeman, 8 carries, 35 yards. I thought he played pretty well in this game, but he also didn't really play until after Malik Davis sat and still until Davis came out in the second half. Seems noteworthy. I think you had all 3 guys run pretty well. There's room for 1, maybe 2, because Zeke and Dowdle are on this team. If I had to pick one, I'm picking Deuce Vaughn. Malik Davis, though, I think is ahead of Royce Freeman based on usage and special teams ability. You're going to have to make some tough cuts. Every team has to. That's how football ends up working. I think Julius Wood is going to be a pretty tough cut for you. 4 tackles, a pass breakup that also was an interception. He's in the right place, right time. Some of that's luck, some of it's hard work. I think Wood's going to be a pretty damn tough cut for the Cowboys, but I'm keeping Marquise Bell. I'm keeping Wanye Thomas. I'm keeping Lee Hooker. I'm keeping Donovan Wilson. I don't know if you're going to count Wood as your 5th safety with Mukwamu probably on this team. I think that's someone you got to kind of fingers crossed, hope you get down to the practice squad. Of all your players, you're probably going to cut. Julius Wood, with how well he has played in the preseason, might be your toughest cut to end up making. Number 5, I'm only going to carry 3 tight ends because I don't need both Princeton Fant and John Stevens and or Peyton Anderson. I just don't need that. So I'm going to carry instead 6 wide receivers. I'm carrying Ryan Flournoy. Draft pick. Cowboys love those guys. 3 targets, 3 catches, 30 yards, and a score. It was a very good throw from Lance on that end zone fade. Might have been a better catch by Lance. Perfect placement. Flournoy caught that ball and dropped down. You have to do that there. You have to drop that body, get your knee inbounds in the corner of the end zone. He's been better in the games and of the last month or 2 weeks of practice than Billy Johnson. Billy Johnson was better today. Jalen Cropper. Do any of those guys go, oh, man, I got to keep him on the roster? No. I think as a draft pick, the athletic juice, the playmaking we've seen so far, I am not cutting Ryan Flournoy. I have to put him on my 53-man roster. Who gets the game ball then for the Dallas Cowboys in today's matchup, if there is one, in a 7-point loss against the Chargers? Let me know in the comments section of today's show.